What's going on, guys? I'm Magic Cards here, and today I got another little trick, and this is a trick I like to show to skeptics. So most people walk up to me, and while I'm doing tricks at school or anywhere else in public, people always tell me, magic isn't real, and I say, I know that. But then they tell me that magic isn't something that can be taken out in real life. There's nothing I can really do with this. It's just an entertainment form, right? Well, this is where I prove them wrong. So I'd spread out the deck, show all the cards, and for this demonstration to prove them wrong, I would usually take the top two cards. I would show both hands completely empty. I would show the fronts and backs of each card, and then this is what I'd do. I'd take the Joker, which is directly below the ace, and I would take it, set it directly on top, set it directly on bottom, and show both hands completely free. But if I snap my finger and I wave, you can actually make money with magic, and that is how I prove them wrong. If you guys want to see the tutorial, just stick around for it. Alright, this trick is pretty cool, but I have to give some credit to Hester23Bears Chicago for his little video on how to do this. I'll link his tutorial down below because his tutorial, quite frankly, might be a little bit better than mine. It's 13 minutes, so he probably will go into more detail than me. But there's a couple things you need for this trick. This is obviously just an ordinary dollar bill that I folded up. I can teach you how to fold up the dollar bill right now, and we'll go ahead and do that. So, let me grab my wallet, and I'll start off with a new bill. So, I'll just take a 20. So, here's how you fold the bill. First thing you're going to do is you're going to fold the entire bill in half, like so. And then you're going to take each ends, like this, and fold it directly onto that crease. So you're going to take half of the bill and fold it in half of the half, so it gets a crease one way like this, and then switch it around and do the exact same so it folds in into the middle, and you should have two equal halves, just like so. All you're going to have to do now is fold these in the middle of themselves, and then crease all sides that need a crease. So now you have something similar looking to my original $1 bill. And obviously this 20 is sticking up higher because it hasn't been flattened down, but that's how you make the dollar bill, because you need it to be a right thinness and width. Next is the gimmick. The gimmick is right here. If you can't tell, that right there is two cards. I'll even compare them, right? You can tell there's two cards. And if you can see, right here is a little slit, and that's where I hide the card. That's where the card is the entire time. And as you can tell, if you're looking on the side on, you can't even tell there's a card in there. So, how do you actually make this gimmick? Well, I'll go ahead and slide the dollar bill out of there. I'll go ahead and I'll grab two cards. See if I have any junk cards in here. Which I do not, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll fast forward to this, and I'll see you guys when I have the props ready for this, because I do not have any of those materials. Alright guys, so to create this gimmick over here, the one with the sliding dollar bill on the inside, I'll just store that in there for now. To make this little gimmick, you're going to need two cards, and first you're going to have to judge about where you want your thumb to go. Mine, I put that about direct center, so when I'm covering it with my thumb goes completely over the hole and it's dead center. It's completely natural. Notice there's nothing on this side. So what I did is I got out a guarantee joker and an advertisement card that had a back on it. First thing I did is I found the card that I wanted to use. So in this case, I'm using the Joker. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go about center of the card, and you're going to cut two slits about the width of your thumb. So let's say right out there. So I'll cut one right there. And don't start cutting yet, because I want to show you exactly how far away I cut. And that's about good. So as you can see, when I made this cut, make sure you don't do that quite yet. The cut just barely reaches the white border, so it doesn't go very far at all. Just reaches the white border. So after you've gotten that, you're going to want to curve out the cut, so I'll do that right now. I'll just speed up the video. And as you can see, there's my little curve. It's not perfect, doesn't have to be perfect at all. It's just as long as when you cover your thumb over top of the card, that your thumb, when it goes over, you cannot see it. That's all you have to get. So as you can see, when I place my thumb over this, it's perfectly hidden and you can't see anything. So that's the first part of your gimmick. And the second part is the gluing this card on top of one another, like that. So whatever card you have on the bottom, make sure it's a face card, so you'd probably put the Joker on the bottom so that it's not an advertisement card. And that's essentially the gimmick. Obviously right here, as you can see, I cut a little bit too far down, but yeah, so I would suggest not cutting your Joker for this. If you're gonna, I did it with the Joker, so obviously since it's an advertisement card, the Joker has to go up front of it, and clearly that didn't work so well. The Joker goes on the back like this, and whatever your face card is, I'd advise it to be a face card. Like, see, my Joker goes on front, but in this case, since the slit has to be on the back, my Joker's on the back, and now you can see an advertisement card. But this is just tutorial purposes, so hopefully you don't mind ruining like a 2 of hearts or something. So, gluing wise, how do you glue this? Well, first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to glue the back of the card that doesn't have any cuts. And I don't want you to start gluing just quite yet, because you need to know exactly where to glue. And the places you're going to glue, let's say this card goes directly on top of it. You are going to glue, so here's the slit right here. You are going to glue along the white border, just as very close to the white border as you possibly can, the back white border and the side white border. So don't do anything with the top, or you're not going to get something like this. As you can see, when the bill slides in and out, the entire border up here is completely free for me to slide in and out. So, ignore any background noise. That's how you make that. So let's start the gluing process. I'll just speed this up too. And
just glue along here, along the back, and then along the side. So as you guys see,
just speeding this up, I did not glue the top there, so what you're going to do is you're going to take the gimmick, and with the hole in the top, wherever you did not glue is where the gimmick's going to go. So try to line these up perfectly, hold it down, and then when you're ready for it to start drying, you're just going to let it sit on something, like have something heavy sit on top of it. So that is essentially your gimmick. Now, how do you perform the trick? Well, let's say an hour goes by. It's about how long it's going to take for this to dry. I let this sit in my wallet while I was at school all day, and that's the gimmick. So, here's the real thing with the dollar inside. You have your fold, you have the dollar. Hopefully you've been like letting it sit on something so it's been creasing this entire time. But the dollar, it's going to go back inside. I probably should re-glue this because I just destroyed the glue. But this goes inside the dollar, and this is where you need your deck of cards. So, pull out your deck of cards. You're going to place this gimmick second from the top, and make sure that the side with the card, the slit, is facing towards you, so it's not on the spectator side, it's on my side. And then one random card goes directly on top. And now you're ready to set. So you can do whatever pattern. You can take the pattern I used from the beginning. That's Hester 23 Bears Chicago's pattern, but I really like that. So here's where we'll just begin. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to spread through the cards face up, show them that, you know, obviously there's nothing there. You don't want to say, there are no gimmick cards in this deck and every card is normal. Don't do that. Just say, as I'm doing this trick, I like to show them that this trick is the thing that my go-to effect to show people that magic is real. And as you're talking, doing whatever your pattern is, you're going to spread through the deck and just show them. They'll get on that. They'll just assume that this is normal. And you're going to say, for this trick that I like to show them, this is the trick that I like to do the most for demonstration purposes. And you're going to push off the top card, but not too far. If you push off too far and pull it off, they'll see that. So you're going to push off both cards at the same time, pull them off, and turn the cards right. Make sure that the slit is on the right side. If you're left-handed, then turn it left, but you know, whatever. So since I'm a righty, I have it face like this. The slit is right somewhere under here. I pull it off, and as this finger comes off, this is away from the audience, I'm covering that hole with my thumb. So as I show both cards, I'm flipping them simultaneously to give an idea of symmetry, and you know, it's less suspicious. And I'm also keeping my hands completely open. So my fingers are open, and all I have is these two cards, and I'm flipping them simultaneously. From here, what I like to do is I like to set the Joker directly behind the card, and obviously you have that slit, and you need to get the card out of that slit. So you do is you're going to slide the Joker across and out the back on the other side, and as you're doing that, you're going to try to get a grip onto that card. If you don't have like a very slick bill, or you somehow got glue on your card, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to do this. So for some reason my card is stuck on the inside of my gimmick right now. I'll use my 20 since it's a little bit more slicker, so I'll just stick that inside of here. And if I could get it inside, that'd be great, you know. So the money's loaded. Obviously this is too fat, it needs to flatten down a little bit, so after it's done doing that, that'll be all good. So see how it's ruining my gimmick. But you're gonna have the joker behind, it's gonna slide out the other side, and you're gonna pull out the money at the same time. So this is let's say this is facing the opposite direction. This is what's happening behind. You pull it out, and you're gonna show the faces of the cards. So you're at this position, what they see. You're gonna show the cards, and you're gonna place the card with the money directly on top of the joker, so that the money's sandwiched between both cards. And from here, it's just a little bit of show. So you say, you know, you've done all your patter, and all you have to say is snap my finger and I wave, and I can show you that money is created with magic. And if you have like a higher dollar, if it's not just a 1, if it's like a 20, you can show them a 20, and it'll be like, whoa, it's a 20, you know. And that's essentially the premise of the entire trick. So if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns or any of that, you can email me down below, or you can just leave a comment, or you can go to my Instagram, my Facebook, all these wonderful things to get in contact with me. And thank you guys for sticking around for this long. If anybody did stick around for that long, just hit the thumbs up button for this tutorial, and go out there and make some fame. Show your school what you really got, and that is insane magic powers. Alright guys, I'll see you next video. See you next time.